Good morning, everyone. Nice to have you on the call, dear listener, for sure. Just trying to find the best place for the way the waves are coming in, and this morning. Anyway, let's do our conscious connecting here, a cosmic hug. Your heart to my heart, left side to left side. Yes, let's do that. Rather than the traditional one, let's do the left side. That's right. Let's do that. Let's hold that. Hold that vibration. Allow your heart energy to expand. Yeah, feel it expanding just by doing that energetically. Yes. And then allow your worth to do the same energetically. Got that? Wonderful. And then feel that sense of invincibility that comes with you having that heart open and your worth open. Large. Yeah. That's exactly. Got that? Super. Very good. Congratulations. Now send that out to the rest of the 8 billion that need it. That's right. Yeah. We're raising humanity's consciousness. Actually, we're solidifying the raising humanity's consciousness already happened on September 13th and September 22nd. Yeah. So get it out there. Very good. Wonderful. Now come on back. Now, today I'm talking about, the topic is the seriousness. How to break out of that seriousness that, of the state of humanity and have fun. It's incredibly important to have fun. And I'm guilty of being serious. I am. The task I've taken on, or I've been given, whichever it is, or both, is pretty serious. And my goal is for humanity to experience their divinity. That is my job. That's what my role is. That's what I've taken on. And to raise it, what's happened is in 2013 it went from 210 to 400, and on the 22nd it went from 400 to 700, and I had no idea what this was going to look like, whether it was something instant or whatever. What it seems to be is that while the energy has shifted on the planet, that people have to have an experience of this little over 2 hour experience to have their own transformation. Now, not all 8 billion, but a lot. It's kind of like working the ground in a farm. The September 13th was the ground hadn't been worked for a long time. And so it's like getting the big plow in and making those furrows. And then the next was like getting the wheel harrows and chopping it up into smaller pieces, smaller bites. And that's what I feel the difference was between September 13th and September 22nd, is that difference. And so coming back to having fun. Yeah, it's important to have fun. So yes, I've been an avid interest in sports for a long time. I played sports. I played baseball. I played hockey. I can play a lot of sports to a degree. I went to play tennis here about 2 months ago, and the guy said, how long you been playing tennis? I said, well, this will be my 5th game. Okay. So him and I, the instructor and I, were partners against these 2 other guys. And we had this game of tennis. And it literally was my 5th game ever. And halfway through, the instructor said, there is no way you just started playing tennis. I said, no. I played 2 games about 15 years ago, and then I played 3 since I came to Cabo. So yeah, this is my 5th. What? I can't believe it. It's unreal. And the other guy on the other side, he said, I thought you were possibly a retired pro. Yeah. So sports comes natural to me and my grandson. My grandson, who is 10, you know, I think he's either up to 11 or 12 different sports, and he's the best at his age of every one of the ones that he plays. Yeah, so there's a naturalness. My son is a crazy golfer. He won the UBC club championship one year. Yeah, it's just a natural. Anyway, so it's important to have fun. And one of the ways I have fun, especially with clients, is picking on the programs and the patterns of the ego. I pull it all out. Pull all that out. But before I do that, I'll tell you, yesterday was my favorite football team is the Kansas City Chiefs. They used to be the New England Patriots, but they kept winning so much, I thought, I'll shift to a new team. Anyway, so Tom Brady even shifted to a new team and went from the Patriots to the Buccaneers. Anyway, that's another story for another day. And what happened was, so I had the Kansas City Chiefs was my favorite team, and the Philadelphia Eagles was Jamie's. So he was up in Guatemala, and so I sent him a text yesterday morning. They were playing at 11 o'clock here in Mexico. And I said, let's have a non-monetary bet. So I said, here's the deal. If I win, you'll have to get up at 6 in the morning. Now he's like a 10 to 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning guy. And I'm a 6 in the morning till 10. Anyway, so what's the non-monetary bet? I said, well, you get up at 6 in the morning and come down here to do my videos, and I'll go for a walk and go for my swim. Yeah, you do all of that with me. And then it took him a while, and he said, okay, you'll have to eat hot pepper. Okay, the bet's on. So I don't have to worry about eating a hot pepper because the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday. Yep, yeah, it did that. So coming back to the fun, it's always great to, to make fun and loosen up and make little of the ego. And I would say, okay, let's see if we got this right. You've been doing this program and pattern to get love for 40 years. Here's how you've been doing it. You've been doing this, and this. Now, how much love have you gotten in 40 years doing it that way? Well, little to none. Oh, okay. And you're still doing it? Yeah. So tell me how much sense that makes to do this that long in that way, to get nothing for 40 years, and you're still doing it. Tell me how much sense that makes. And they just like, oh my God. And then they start laughing. And what that does is breaks that seriousness state and the ridiculousness of the ego, and then they have trouble finding that state again. Yeah. Anyway, there is a really, really serious need to have fun in the walking through life and all that the life has, especially with all of the tyranny that's going on, like the talking about bringing in the militia. They did something in government that they can bring in the militia and take over people's farms in Saskatchewan if they deem without reason that it's necessary. Yeah, so crazy things like that are happening all over the world, but now it's in their back door. It's like in Saskatchewan, and then they're moving to Manitoba and New Brunswick to do the same thing. Yeah, it's like the government, the communism, the tyranny, it's just, hey, this is what we're doing and you're not going to stop us. Well, I've got news for them. I've got news for them. We are stopping them. Here's how we're stopping them. We're raising humanity's conscience. And that low of vibration cannot happen. Cannot happen. Remember, on a scale of 0 to 1,000, it's below 10. I don't have the exact number, but it's somewhere between a 1 and a 5. Okay? Because shame is 10. That's murder. That's robbery. Yeah, so it's somewhere around a 5. That's how low a vibration these people are in, the decision makers. So our job is not to attack them, because that takes you lower. Our job is to raise our consciousness to 700. That just dissolves. That's how it's done. So get busy, shut the TV off, stop listening to social media, access the I Am Divinity, get in your light like those that did on September 22nd. Their second one they're holding is this Wednesday coming, and you can even be on that because you have access to the video, and that one's IamDivinityGlobalversity.com. You can access that. You can raise your consciousness right away. Like, you could start that today. Yeah, you could go through that whole process today. The actual event was a little over 2 hours. Yeah, little over 2 hours. You could have that. And then we have another one like that, an original one, another live one, not original, a live, on October 22nd. That's right. That's how you change all that. That's how you dissolve all that. It's raise your consciousness. It's that simple. So get busy. And that one there, that's once again, IamDivinityGlobalversity.com. Now, Tim had sent me 2 people here, one last week on Friday and one the Friday before. And they're leaders in their world. And both of them had an absolute transformation. And both of them had a one-on-one. And those one-on-ones and couples and groups of 6 to 12, that's a different program. And you can find that on transformwithdonn.com, Dawn with 2 N's. Yeah, and that's more of an intimate, targeted, and tailored to what it is you do. So, anyway, to who you are. So coming back, it's important to have fun. You know, I grew up with parents that had 10 children. I tell you, there wasn't much food, and there wasn't much, in the wintertime, there wasn't much heat and all of those kind of things. But one of the things was everybody had a sense of humor. Some of it was pretty sick at times, but everyone had a sense of humor, and then it was needed to get by with all the craziness and all the seriousness. So there you have it. You have yourself a magnificent day. And remember, you have all that power inside to change all of this by accessing your divinity. And that can happen in somewhere between 2 and 3 hours. You can either be on a tape version on today, tape version today, or it can be on a live version on the 22nd of October. Yeah, or a one-on-one. Those are immediate. Well, not immediate. I do have clients, but I try to squeeze them in as close as possible. And there you have it. You can be, this is how you change the world. Not staring at the atrocities of the world. So there you go. Time to laugh, time to smile, time to have a wonderful experience of life. Have a magnificent day. I am Dawn, and this message comes to you from the heart of Dawn.